Part 2. Azure Moon. Verdant Rain Moon. Our chosen paths.
You know,
The Kingdom Army has captured Fort Mercius. Managing troops from the now stable Western Kingdom and former Alliance territory, the Kingdom Army returns to Garreg to regroup and reorganize its forces. With sufficient might to challenge the Empire, the Kingdom Army finalizes their plans to march on Enbar, the Imperial capital.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Alright, so did we get to find out some info?
Ah, there you are. His Highness was looking for you.
Let's go to him. Where is he?
He's gone ahead and started interrogating the prisoner, Viscount Kleiman's man.
Who is this guy, Gilbert?
He said he'd like for you and I to be present as well.
Okay.
Will you come with me?
Absolutely.
I cannot overlook your reckless remarks.
What?
Are you really so keen to lose your head?
I only did what I believed was right. I swear to the goddess that I'm not lying.
Of course he looks like this dude.
Amidst the turmoil of the tragedy, Lady Patricia was supposed to be the only one who was unharmed.
Really?
We had been given orders ahead of time to not approach her carriage.
Which Dimitri was in?
Of course not. What would my stepmother have had to gain from such a...
Hold up, Dimitri.
Perhaps Lady Patricia would have done anything to return to the Empire, to her husband and daughter.
What exactly are you implying?
Dimitri, you heard what's been said, man?
For the past few months, I've been spying on lords who defected to the Empire in order to investigate rumors about Lady Patricia.
You know, that's true. A lot of Kingdom Lords did defect.
Cornelia's words were true. The two of them, I am afraid they conspired together after all.
Enough of this nonsense. You say she wished to return home? That isn't nearly enough reason to cause such a tragedy.
No, but Happy's support may shed some light on that.
I do not intend to imply that the two of them were solely responsible for the whole affair. They were likely nobles who opposed the king, or potentially someone who wanted to throw the kingdom into chaos.
Because even with the Alliance, the only one who really... Like, it more seemed like they had no choice, you know, except for Lawrence's father. But with the kingdom, they like, yeah, get rid of Dimitri.
The Empire, and people like Solon and Kranya had their motives too.
Yep.
So my stepmother joined with them to cause the tragedy. Is that what you believe?
Be careful, Gilbert. Like, even though Dimitri's changed, remember what caused him to change in... whoa. Look at his eye.
Ultimately, this is just conjecture based on the evidence at hand. I have no idea what their true intentions were.
I see. We will hear what this man has to say.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah.
My lord had long felt that King Lambert's radical ways were dangerous.
Radical.
At the time, he was approached with an offer to take part in the incident at Dusker. My lord loves his homeland. To me, he embodied justice. We were only doing what we thought was right.
Then what's making you come out and speak now?
And so, in the name of justice, he caused massacre upon massacre out of love for his homeland. You murdered your own king, killed our soldiers, and involved innocent citizens. And yet you have the gall to speak of justice!
Jeez, Dimitri, tell him, speak to him, man!
I am only standing before you now because I could no longer bear the weight of my sins.
I see. Do you share those feelings about your homeland?
Yes, I believe I do.
Gilbert, lock this man in his cell.
Are you not going to kill him?
Gilbert, don't put that idea in his mind, although I know it's there, but...
I will make that decision once I have had time to consider this man's definition of justice.
There we go, Dimitri.
Yes, Your Highness.
Want to talk?
No, I cannot say that I am.
Yeah, I think I'd be worried if you were.
Tell me, Professor, how well do you remember your father, Gerald?
Very well.
Soon enough, you will come to understand how painful it is to forget the faces of those who have passed on. To be honest, I cannot really remember my stepmother's... that woman's smile, nor the sound of her voice. I always told myself that I would not allow my mind to forget, and yet, all I can recall with clarity is her gazing away, so forlorn.
Yeah, I have people that only thing I remember them are like the vivid memories.
Did my stepmother wish to go home so badly that she would kill Father and me? Kill her false family? Home to her own blood. Her true family.
I don't have those answers.
I suppose it doesn't make any difference now. I am asking you questions you could not possibly know the answer to.
Yeah.
I am finished with thoughts like that. I am finally able to go on living without clinging to hate. If I truly treasure those who have died, then I must earnestly atone for my sins. Father, Glenn, all of the soldiers who have fallen, the people of Duscur who still suffer persecution. The only atonement I can offer them now is to take responsibility for this broken kingdom that has been entrusted to me.
Now those are some heavy words. That's true.
That is why I feel that I must meet with Edelgard and try to talk to her.
And that's literally what I wanted, Dimitri.
Do you think it is a fool's errand? Honestly, I think so too.
It might be, but it's an errand worth taking.
But I must swallow my feelings and grudges, our whole history really, and ask her about this future that she sees.
Maybe I'll get my answer in this route. Heck, the way Dimitri's talking.
What she aims for once her domination is complete. What kind of justice she clings to as she fights.
Ooh, I just realized they're setting that up. Because those people had... Actually, during this entire game, you have people talking about their idea of justice. I believe I read somebody's comment about how the Western Church, how they believed taking out Rhea was the right thing, was Sothis' will, like who told them that? That was their version of justice. And you got these guys, causing the tragedy. Although, I would like a little bit more elaboration on that. Maybe we'll get that, on why they thought what they were doing. I mean, yes, I get it, radical ways, and I can see, like, obviously what Dimitri is doing, if we consider his father to mirror him, a bunch of people were looking at him with somebody who they hated so close to him, and they're like, no, we don't approve. So I could see how Dimitri doing that could cause people to rise up against him. If his father did similar stuff, then obviously then some people would feel that same type of way. They're like, no, we don't want to accept these new type of people. Or at least I'm assuming, but I think that's a reasonable assumption with the information that I have and how people say Dimitri reminds people of his father. So all I have to say, we're building up to Edelgard. She has started the biggest thing, and we're wondering what her justice is. And until I hear her answer, because all I have to remind people once again is that she told me she'll destroy the false goddess and her minion. She'll free the world from their vile grasp. I would like a long, in-depth conversation. I don't think that's going to happen in this route. I probably could skip. I probably could warp Lysithea one more time. But I want as many people to talk to Edelgard this time as possible. So.
And why she felt it necessary to start this war.
Dimitri, you and I are thinking exactly the same right now.
I believe that asking her these things is the true responsibility I have been tasked with as king.
Yes, that's... If you guys remember, right when I spoke to Edelgard when we were fighting, I said, why are you doing this? That's been the burning question in my mind. Yeah, how will you accomplish that?
We will march our troops to the Imperial capital.
Okay.
But before any battle begins, we will set up camp nearby and send a messenger.
All right. All right, Dimitri.
I will tell her that I need to speak with her in a safe place.
Yes.
Without any weapons or troops.
Yes, try this, and I'll at least say I'll be there too, you know? Though, honestly, I mean, no. I gotta put my feelings aside. If Edelgard decides it's a great way to take out Dimitri, kill him. Although, realistically speaking, taking out Dimitri and knowing that so yeah, that's what I'm saying. The most logical thing is for Dimitri to go, leave me behind. So if the worst does happen, I'll be there to still lead the troops.
As to whether or not she will agree to my request, well, that rests solely on Edelgard.
But you're trying, Dimitri. Yo, I'm telling you, Dimitri and Claw are setting up some high bars at Edelgard to be number one. We'll get there. I'm not, but it's worth a shot.
I would like to believe that as well.
Yes, I would like to believe that, but I'm not certain she'll agree.
You know, Professor, when we fought in Ferdiad, Cornelia mocked me and called me pitiful.
But yeah, but don't pay attention to what she said, man.
But even if it is true that my stepmother never loved me,
yes,
I am not to be pitied.
Alright, if she didn't, then it's her loss. I know you may care for her, alright, but it's her loss.
After all, I have allies and dear friends who care for me. And now, I also have you by my side.
You do indeed. Yo, I like this. I like this a lot. Let's explore. Oh, shoot. Okay, yeah. There's only one. Maybe I should have. Yeah, that'll be conquering Aryan Road will be my me making up for failing to capture Fort Mercius. There we go. Oh. I would like somebody in those robes to fight alongside us. Looks cool. Where do I want to be? Wait, Baltus is outside? Interesting. This is a lot of stuff's about to happen. We're about to see Rhea, we're about to fight Edelgard. But if we can talk to her, like finally talk to her. Oh man. No, let me speak on that. All right, let me speak on that because that's been my goal. And why didn't I? Because I feel differently like with this one versus Claude's. Well, okay. So there are a couple of differences. And I have to acknowledge the obvious bias, I guess, that currently everyone's alive. Right? The only person two people, Rodrigue died, but that was in no fault of Edelgard's. That was all on Fleisch. Well, okay. You could say maybe Dimitri as well for letting his guard down, maybe. But Fleisch is the one who killed him. Edelgard had nothing to do with that. Everyone else that's named, I know of. With that being, and I also know Rhea's alive. She hasn't done anything to her. Although in the Golden Deer, that wasn't really my main concern. Well, I did care for Rhea, but, well, anyways. Some resentment that I would have had in the Golden Deer route is probably missing now. So it's a lot easier for me to say, yeah, let's talk to her. Though, there's a couple things. One, Dimitri he's got his own crimes, right? And this was very much a path of redemption for Dimitri. So it's like, if Dimitri can be redeemed, would it not be the same to say we can't lend Edelgard a hand? That's number one, but to still speak on point number one is that Claude wasn't on a path of redemption. Claw and the Golden Deer, we were like, Edelgard, why are you even fighting us? Like, hold up. Like, did we miss something? Why do you need to take us out? We thought you only wanted to take out Rhea. Edelgard basically forced our hand. And then I started fighting first Ash, then Ferdinand. I'm like, Edelgard, what are you doing? And I guess if I had to say, I think we had more of a high ground. And would you say that Dimitri wanted peace more? Okay, well, yeah, that's point 2. Dimitri is Edelgard's stepbrother. Dimitri has a past with Edelgard. Like when Edelgard revealed herself, Claude said, I'm not exactly that close to her, but I do have a few questions for her. And I was the same way. Like I said, in this route, I felt closer to Edelgard, even though Dimitri wanted her defeated more than Claude did. So, for that reason, Edelgard before was literally just a face and a name. I thought I knew her, but then she flipped the script on me. I thought I knew her so well that I was like, there's no way Edelgard's my enemy. It's a clone. When I found out it was like, well, okay. Well, I don't know her, but and then when I found out all the stuff that she did, I have to think about it. I truly do wonder what would have happened if I started with Dimitri's route. Would I still feel the same way I do now? And plus, a bunch of people have been telling me that, you know, they like Edelgard and listen to her point of view. Obviously, if I keep hearing that, I'm going to assume that she's not this horrible villain. You know, it's just the logical thing that I assume, I think. So many things are different. But at the very least, I would have wanted to see her side, her point of view. I have to think about it. Let's hear what everybody has to say first.
Whenever I think about how we'll be seeing Lady Rhea real soon, I get happy and really get cleaning. We'll get there for sure, right? We'll see her again?
We'll meet for sure.
I just gotta believe Lady Rhea is waiting for us in the capital. We just have to find her.
Manuela, what you doing in here?
Life can be tough, you know. But if you've got your friends to help you through, it can be a lot easier.
A friendship quote?
Maybe you butt heads sometimes, but that's okay. That's how you build bonds, right?
You're not wrong.
And I've got friends, Professor, plenty of those. It's true love that seems to have passed me by.
There's still hope.
But where is my true love to be found? Where is my ray of hope? At this point, you're the only man who pays attention to me. I guess I'll have to take what I can get.
I think I get what she means more now. She just means if she doesn't have it, you know, she at least appreciates me being there for her. Oh, interesting that you two are here.
I was born in Enbar.
Yeah?
My mother and father met in a church there. Not too long after, I was brought into the world.
I remember I was shocked when I heard that before, but now it all makes sense.
I do not understand how war can happen in such a precious place. It is most regrettable.
Yeah.
When you think of it, as one approaches the end of a war, the sacrifices only grow larger, don't they?
They do.
The winning side musters their forces and attempts to strike a decisive blow, while those of the losing side make desperate attempts to turn the war in their favor.
Which is why it would be great if she surrendered.
Neither side will give. I only wish we'd consider those who lose their lives in that struggle.
Yeah? I'm with you. Okay, what would I normally upset? One, I would not upset that. I guess I'll go with this for now.
Yes, exactly.
Darn it!
My point. Let's be careful to ensure we don't lose our own lives, Professor.
I should have went with it's a necessary sacrifice. But I'm not trying to be a jerk right now. And it didn't work anyways. I think I got a long time to go. Oh, and yeah, of course, I didn't get Aloyse's support. Big shock. I didn't even move. I didn't even move. Alright, let's keep moving. I don't know how I would have felt, honestly. I would have liked to have said that, because one question that I wonder about is, would Claude have wanted to seek peace? Claude's mentality mirrored my own, like I said. We were pretty much two peas in a pod. And we were like, gotta take her down. And that's another thing. Dimitri also died, right? Like, it wasn't just that we were taking out classmates. We also took out the ruler of the kingdom, and Cornelia was currently in charge of the kingdom. And she was allied with Edelgard. It's like, when is the time for talking pass? Meanwhile, in this route, we have not only saved the kingdom, we've also saved the alliance. And we fought a lot of the influential people that were under Edelgard. At this point, surrender seemed like a more likely option that Edelgard could take. Her uncle and Cornelia had escaped, so... And the alliance was basically untouched, right? War didn't come to us. So it is a very different set of circumstances.
Enbar's streets are paved with unhappy memories, Professor. I've avoided the damned place ever since I abandoned my nobility. Swore never to return.
Forgot you were a noble?
Now here we are. To return in this manner. Well, I can't say it is something I ever imagined. Especially as I'm returning to end the Empire. What a strange feeling, breaking one's history.
Yeah. That's true. Oh. And not to mention, I also had Leone in my ear.
At last, it's time to face the Flame Emperor, Edelgard. I know that the future of all Fodlan rests on this battle. Nothing else is more important. But for me, this is personal. For Captain Gerald's sake, I'm going to give it all I've got and more.
Yeah, suddenly it's making a lot more sense. Suddenly it's making a lot more sense. Oh, we haven't heard any of the Blue Lions yet. And that's another thing. Like, Mercedes had the Death Knight, that was her brother. And, well, I had Mercedes in the Golden Deer too, but I didn't know Mercedes like that. And, the Golden Deer, it's like, well, goodbye. But in the Blue Lions, I was like, I almost felt like I wanted to do the map to, have conversations with him and everything. Though, he'll be in the Black Eagle route, so... At least I'm fairly sure that was Yuritsa. Like, come on, let's stop kidding ourselves. That was him. He gonna be in the Black Eagle route, and I'll have Mercedes and Constance there. Does Constance have a support with him? I don't know, but I can't check that. So,
Professor.
All right.
Here we are, facing the final battle with the Empire. It's been a long, difficult struggle. We have to get Lady Rhea back. And we have to crush the Empire in the name of Captain Gerald. He's watching over us now, protecting us. I know he is.
I honestly think it's probably Kronia's fault. No, there's a bunch of stuff. I can't just limit it to like one aspect or another. The Golden Deer route is different than the Blue Lions. Not only for the way I did it, but also on who I brought. And the Golden Deer was the first. That's the thing, it's the first. Like, I didn't know how post-time skip would go. Hence how I left Petra behind in the first place, and that hurt so much.
Rhea will be somewhere in the city. I wonder if she can sense us coming. The battle will soon be upon us. Let us both be at our best for what is to come.
Even how we got into the fortress was different.
Dear Goddess.
Wow, she said that differently. Praying again?
Yes, I was praying for your safety. I'll do all I can to survive. But please don't die out there, Professor.
Oh, I won't. I'd say you wouldn't either. But dadgummit, that map still weighs heavy on me. None of the permadeath members should have died. Claude and Hilda didn't. They survived! Oh, that's, well, we'll keep going.
Listen,
Ferdinand?
Professor, at last, the end is nigh. I love the Empire. Part of me wants it to survive.
Understandable.
But I know that is not reasonable. The Empire's time has come. The kingdom is battle-scarred, the Alliance is in tatters. People must be terrified. The world is crumbling around them.
Once again, I agree, Ferdinand.
What we need now is a mighty leader who can rebuild Fodlan and rule it as a single nation. Nonetheless, it saddens me that we will not have an Adrestian Emperor.
Alright, I'm starting to see duality in Ferdinand's point of view. I mean, when all said and done, it is the Empire. I think that bias... Yeah, you could say that. The bias of being born, or, you know, they are in the Empire would help change their point of view.
At last, we've come to the final confrontation.
What?
Ruin to the Empire. Glory to Fargus.
What the heck is...
Of course, to be perfectly honest, I would have much preferred to march against the Empire at the head of the Alliance.
Okay, I was about to say, you sound like you're lying to yourself.
But I suppose I have Claude to thank for denying me that satisfaction, don't I?
Again, you joined them, didn't you? Lawrence. Yeah, this ain't the Lawrence that if I had to compare them, Golden Deer Lawrence much better than Blue Lion Lawrence. Though admittedly he's salty. Like, I would understandably so. I was also sad that the Alliance had to fall, but
Hey.
Yo, what you want?
Sorry, but I'm not the fighting type.
Jeez!
All I can do is lend you the stuff you need.
Talk about a different voice.
And, you know, pray to the goddess for your safety. Win, live, and return, okay? Mostly so you can pay me back for the stuff you borrowed.
What do you mean? You see my bank account? I got bars of gold on me all times.
Looks like we're nearing the end of this struggle. I'm sure Lady Rhea is on tenterhooks waiting for me to swoop in and rescue her.
Probably.
I was just kidding. Pay me no mind.
Oh, I wasn't.
Lady Rhea's not waiting for me, I know. No matter how much I might wish she were. She's waiting for you.
Oh yeah? I mean, I got the peeps. Who's up? Ferdinand. Really? Alright, I gotta say it. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, man. I can't get your rank up. Why is there a time limit on that?
Please.
Why can't you just have some time to think, darn it?
Hello there.
It matters not how just our cause may be. In the end, war is nothing more than organized murder.
Yeah.
I understand the desire to reach a conclusion, but we mustn't overlook the sins inherent in our deeds.
You know, that's such a good way of putting it, I think. Like, you can call it war or you can call it organized murder. Jeez. Wow. Okay, Gilbert. I am well aware.
Sorry. I have a tendency to preach.
No worries.
We have lost so much, and in return, we have taken much from our enemies.
We have.
I pray we can put an end to this cycle of violence.
I hate to bring it up, but it's in my I don't know what to do with Edelgard anymore. It's like, do I keep silence? Do I wait? Though I think we all came to an understanding, so I'll go ahead and say it. Again, no malice in my voice at all. You guys also can't see me, so that would also add to it. But from my point of view, the game paints war as such a horrible thing. It's like, how could I completely support? Like, there's a difference between me agreeing with what Edelgard's doing and then the act of war itself, right? That's not to say that I don't think wars were unavoidable, because, like, I play Fire Emblem games in general, you know? Well, anyways, Gilbert has me thinking. That's all I'll say.
I believe in you, but please ensure that His Highness survives as well.
I'll try, but you heard what he wants to do, right?
Fodlan's future would be in peril if we lost him. I would not be able to go on.
I understand.
Good.
Yuri? You're also out. What the heck? This is a rare sight.
How would you know what's rare and what isn't? I still believe in the goddess. Sort of.
Uh-huh. What happened to either you're all in or all out?
I couldn't recount a single word of scripture for you, but my mother always prayed. I picked up the habit from her. Believe it or not, I'm praying for you too.
Huh.
For you to come back safe.
Well, thanks, Yuri. Appreciate that. Dimitri?
Our next battlefield will be the Imperial capital. There will be no turning back.
Yeah.
If you have any unfinished business here, you had best settle it before we depart.
Wait, are you saying this is the final map?
I knew I could count on you. Good luck.
When... Well, he says our next. And to be honest, I think the Golden Deer kind of baited me into thinking we were about to approach our final battle. And to be honest, the Agarthans don't have much left. I don't think they'd be too much of it. Yeah, the pillar didn't even come up. I thought the pillar would... That was a different map. That was a different map. Huh, alright, well. Sylvain?
I've been thinking about how we've got our own ideas about justice. And so does the Empire.
Uh-huh.
And what's coming? It's not just a battle between us and them. It's our ideals that are fighting.
You're not wrong.
Whoever wins will say they were right, and the other side was wrong.
Yep.
And I get it. That's how it goes.
Victors write history.
But nobody's willing to talk or compromise. So we'll fight to the death to prove the other guy's wrong. It won't be an easy battle, but let's make sure we come back alive. Right, Professor?
Well, that I wonder. See, the whole thing, I think, with this is that from at least what I've seen so far, whoa. Okay, well, that's interesting. That does not obey the laws of physics at all. But that unfortunately for me, as the person starting the war, I would say the burden of talking it out first would fall on Edelgard. Maybe you can say it's unfair of me, but if I'm about to start a war, I would want to make sure that that was the only option I had available. And of course that I would feel very strongly about what we're about to do. Or not very strongly, like it had to be done.
Did you know a magnificent canal flows through downtown Enbar?
Yeah?
It's said to have been constructed under the guidance of Saint Seros before the Empire was even formed.
I've been noticing it since we've been battling there a lot.
Ever since, that canal has been a major lifeline for the capital's development. And now this is how the Empire repays it. Truly, no good deed goes unpunished.
No, now that I'm thinking about it, you see multiple sides. Like, I don't agree with that, necessarily.
We're about to put the finishing touches on this war. I wonder how Fodlan will look without the backdrop of death and destruction. I can't wait to see it. On the other hand, I'm terrified of what the future might hold. Who knows if I'll survive the assault on the capital?
You will. All the Golden Deer members will. You're not gonna be there. Well, actually, it depends.
Please.
How many units do I have?
Attacking the capital means crossing swords with the Emperor herself. I hope you won't be caught unprepared. I've heard that she'll stop at nothing in the pursuit of victory.
Yeah.
Be careful of that Hubert, too. The Minister of the Imperial Household.
Oh.
They say he's a cunning strategist.
There's 2 battles up next. I forget.
I've got a bit of Dusker blood in me.
Really?
This is our ancestral enemy. But if that man is going to be the king, I don't see any harm in lending him my blade.
Like, I'll be honest, you don't look like you're from Dusker, but...
I believe that we can forge a proud new kingdom. As you can tell, I'm expecting great things. I won't forgive you if you lose.
Yep, she's definitely a battalion member. If we take damage, assume that she is gone. Now, that's dark. I shouldn't say that. But it is an interesting way of looking at it. Felix?
He intends to speak to the Emperor? She's his stepsister, I know, but this seems risky.
It is risky. It's important.
I know that. If the two can settle this diplomatically, that would be the best way out of this mess. No more bloodshed.
Yeah.
Let's just hope he doesn't become so overwhelmed with emotion that he's unable to strike her down, should the need arise.
If that happens, I'll take care of it. But I don't think it will. Ingrid?
Thank you. I'm so glad you were assigned to the Blue Lion House, Professor.
I can imagine.
We made it this far, thanks to your guidance and leadership. There's a bitter fight ahead, that much is certain. You have my lance.
Well, thank you, Ingrid. We're counting on you.
Yes. Let's do this together.
As literally, you were one of the quintessential pieces to us winning that battle. Did Lycithia's crest activate? I don't remember. It didn't matter. Once Ingrid did a rally, it was like, well, your fate is in my hands, Death Knight, and, or Yuritsa. And I'm sorry to say.
It's very likely that Lady Rhea is confined in the Imperial Palace.
Shoot, I didn't think I was gonna cut Shamir off.
If so, then our strategy will be to gain control of the streets and then assault the castle.
Yeah.
A street battle followed by a castle invasion. It's just one battle after another. It'll be tough, but we have to win. For Lady Rhea.
I like how everybody assumes that we're gonna actually fight and that Dimitri's not gonna be able to talk her down. Well, we have to assume that, because otherwise, what's the point?
10 years ago, Dagda and Bridget attacked the Empire from the west. Their final target was the capital. But they were countered at a port town long before they reached their destination. We spent a lot of time going back and forth, but at least we made it this far.
I remember Shamir saying that before, but just... Interesting thoughts. Lysithea.
Wanting so desperately to speak with Edelgard, just as we're about to fight. Could it be that the prince is having doubts about killing her?
I don't think so.
Then perhaps it is okay. He's certainly changed from the vengeful person he once was. I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm actually relieved.
Yeah, me too.
A king who's responsible for Fodlan's future can't exact personal vendettas and have a cold heart.
Agreed. What is going to happen? The closer we get to it... Well, we'll see. This game has managed to continue to surprise me. Heck, if... What? That was weird. If you're gonna tell me that somehow we won't, well, no, that... Forget what I was about to say. Mercedes?
We'll be heading for the capital soon. So much rests on this moment. Will the war really be over if we take the capital?
It might not end right away.
You're probably right. But we'll get there eventually. I truly believe that a peaceful future is waiting at the end of all of this.
At this point, I got your ranks up. I'm gonna just say what I feel I should to you all.
I hope this is the final battle. Don't you, Professor?
I do hope.
When the war is over, everyone will be busy with their own lives. But let's all meet up again someday. Right here at Garreg Mach. You, His Highness, my father, our monastery friends, the knights, everyone.
I do wonder if that's possible, but...
It was just a silly whim I had, but I really love it. Oh, and I'll bake a bunch of desserts for it. Reunion sweets. All we have to do now is win. Let's get to it, Professor.
You make it sound easy, Annette. And in some cases, if Hubert's the only one that's got to go down... Shoot, man. My wart finger getting tricked. My, wart finger's getting itchy.
Returning to the monastery brings back so many memories from 5 years ago. Hard to believe we only spent a year together here. So much happened that it felt a lot longer than that.
Fair.
But it was all so exciting and so much fun. Honestly, I think those memories are what's kept me fighting this long. What was that year like for you, Professor?
It was a lot of fun.
I don't think I could ask for a better answer. Let's all do our best to survive this, so we can come back here when it's all over. I know that's what I'll be doing.
Yeah, I got your back. I'm not gonna put you guys in dangerous situations. Although Hubert's map is difficult for me. Oh, Dorothea.
I keep thinking the war is near its end, then it isn't. When can we finally put this dreadful war behind us? That would be wonderful. Imagine the last moment of combat, then peace. It sounds like a fairy tale. I want to make this a world where there is no fighting, where children can grow up happy and safe.
Well, there will always be fighting. But to at least make it to where it's not war, I agree. Bernie, dadgummit.
Professor! My mother might be in the city. I don't have many good memories of her, if I'm being honest, but she's dearer to me than my father. If you happen to see her, please make sure she's not caught up in all the fighting.
I'll talk to Edelgard, Bernie.
She's only a civil servant, so hopefully she takes a cue from her Bernie and stays inside.
What did I say during here? I think it was something along the lines of I wasn't under the impression that we would be fighting in a city full with citizens. Then what happened. Maybe it is the case that the Golden Deer route makes Edelgard seem more like a villain. We'll see. If she does the same thing she does before with her citizens, even after talking with Dimitri, then no. If she doesn't, then yeah, I can truly say that Edelgard was more of a villain in the Golden Deer route. Well, even without luck. Okay, I'll take that, I guess. Even without that, I still think that what was I gonna say? Honestly, I should just do the highest one. I have the money. Like, I don't know what to do with all this money. Like, buy more weapons. I got weapons. I fixed them with stones, which I can buy. The only ones I can't fix are the ones that are legendary, and I can't buy those stones. So it's like, what would I need to buy at this point? I was gonna say something. Oh, well.
I wonder what the Emperor looks like. I bet she's really scary.
Well, she does have horns, but honestly, when I saw her actual model up close, not too scary.
Oh, you don't think so? I've never seen her, so I was just guessing.
That's fair. Your bias would have you think that.
She tried to destroy the kingdom and the Alliance, and order the capture of the Archbishop, right? I don't know. Someone who could do such terrible things just has to be really scary looking.
I do wonder what's going to happen when they... Because, like, there were a few, like, small attempts to try and paint Claude in a negative light in this route. But to me, it just seemed ridiculous. It's like, stop. Stop. Like that one soldier was like, don't get swept by his silver tongue. I'm like, are you kidding me? You're ridiculous. Stop this nonsense. Claude is Claude. And what happened? My boy came through like, yo, Dimitri, I need some help. All right, man, you got this. Here's my bow. I trust the Alliance to you. I'm head out. Let's not make let's just, next time we meet up, let's just chat. So I was like, no, that's nonsense. So I wonder, when I have full knowledge of the Blue Lion and the Golden Deer, how the Empire is going to treat them. And I think that's like, I said it in the comments, but that's like the biggest reason why I don't want to bring everybody from the Empire and the Alliance. I do know them. And because I know them, it's not a matter of, like, for me seeing different opinions, I have Lysithea. Her alone is enough. I also have Constance, who is vehemently opposed to what Edelgard is doing right now. Both of them have supports with Edelgard, as well as just conversations. But if I just see the Empire and they're just dissing the Kingdom and the Alliance, like, it would be hard for me to have brought them there if it wasn't like for a really good reason. You know what I mean? So yes, I initially made the decision based on a bunch of people from who played the Black Eagle route. They said the game is better if you leave people behind, but I truly do think that, like, even somebody like Raph, you know, it just wouldn't feel right to me.
We're heading up to Embar next. I hope I make it back safe so I can tell my little sis about it.
I hear they got a neat opera house there, where Manuela used to perform. What was it called again?
Mittelfrank. There we go.
Haha, that's the one. My little sis always goes on about how much she'd like to see him perform. I know we can't see a show, but do you think we could at least see the building?
There's so many approaches you could take to all this. How did I miss Baltus? Oh, because I never went in there.
Once you set out on your next mission, you won't be able to have a proper meal for a while, right? You should eat up while you can. Build up your physical strength to prepare for the mission.
Well, thank you. Baltus?
I hear that damn Dimitri guy plans to chat with the Emperor. Can you believe that nonsense?
Yes.
Really though, we've been trying to kill each other, and he wants to shoot the breeze? Is he dumb or just insane?
I'll say maybe you're right, though.
No maybes about it, pal. You ask me, they should settle it like civilized folk, with their fists. Guess it's up to the one true king of grappling to talk some sense into old Dimitri. When I'm done with him, he'll be ready to brawl.
Also interesting how Baltus is part of the Golden Deer, and he's saying, you know, hey, let's take her out.
I used to work for Cornelia in Ferdiad.
You did?
I only followed her because I didn't want to die. But afterwards, I felt so ashamed I wanted to die anyway. I still can't figure out why I did it. Anyway, I'm glad you did what you did.
Well, the fear of not dying is pretty strong.
From now on, I'm going to devote myself to the kingdom and fight for what I believe in.
Like, without an army backing you up, it's kind of rough. Casper?
Right. It's such a relief that we've made it this far without having to fight my father.
You foreshadowing?
Are you trying to scare me? What if he turns up while we're charging the capital? But still, I wonder what'll happen to him if we win.
That's a good question. Well, we're not going to kill him. Should be no reason to do that. Especially not under Dimitri's new way of thinking.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report.
Alright.
Momentum's really picking up for this final battle, huh? Even I'm starting to feel tense. Me! Enbar's history goes back 1,400 years. That even predates the founding of the Empire.
I was about to say, whoa, hold up.
It's one of the sacred sites of the Seros faith, so it's a pretty big deal. But hey, no need to worry about the monastery while you're fighting the final battle. I've got it covered. I'll defend it to my last.
Because I was about to say, is Rhea over like 1,000 years old?
Right.
Like, geez.
While on some business, I went to see how the kingdom capital is getting on. There are still some things to work out before it can be restored. But generally, things seem to have calmed down. It's on its way to resuming its old energy.
Is it just me, or have I never seen her profile image before?
I think this will end up being a better kingdom than before. I really believe that.
Hopefully. I mean, no Cornelia, so that's already an improvement.
Seems like the war is gonna end soon.
So it seems.
Once the dust settles, it'll be back to rolling in fat stacks of gold for me.
Oh.
Seems once the... Hey,
Get that?
how about a favor?
Yet two of the people I wanted to hear from most aren't even here. Happy and Constance. Abyss Keeper?
Hey you, listen up. I've got something to report.
Oh, really?
The war is careening headfirst toward its grand finale.
do me a favor and get through this mess alive, okay?
I appreciate that.
After the dust settles, maybe I'll go on to guard other entrances in other parts of the world. I'm a dreamer, my friend. Always have been.
I would miss you. Much as I hate to admit it, yeah, I would miss him. Darn it, I've gone fond of him. Alright. Constance.
Intriguing. Is it true what they say? That the Archbishop is a captive of the Empire?
Oh, you're just not finding out?
I've never heard of anything so brash in all the Empire's long history.
Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. I'm not worried about hearing different perspectives because I got her.
It is vexing that Lady Edelgard's true motives elude me. If only I still had noble connections to draw on. The loss of my house has proven to be a thorn in my side again and again.
We'll find out together. And her out.
We're getting along a lot better with the Kingdom soldiers recently. Everyone's in higher spirits.
Well, that's good.
When they first got here, some of them were aggressive toward us, even abusive.
Really? I wish you had told me.
All that's changed now. They've been courteous with us, generous even. It's nice to see.
Sheesh. No, it's hard to watch everybody. Alright. And last, but certainly not least, Happy. What's up?
The war might be over soon. All this time we've been fighting, and the end comes in the blink of an eye. I have no idea what I'll do afterwards, though. I guess I'll cross that bridge when I come to it.
I might have some ideas. It's okay to take your time,
I
though.
will. Though you already seem to know what you're going to do. Which is what, exactly? Actually, don't tell me your plans just yet. Let's revisit this topic when the war has drawn to a close.
Nah, this is... Is it just me, or does... I guess like the game already knows what I'm choosing. Like... Because that's some kind of stuff like a... Well, either way. Like, if I were to... No, not gonna go there. Not gonna go there. Okay, well, speaking of... Let me check on something.
Why, hello there.
Can I see if somebody's already connected? Well, just doing some... Well... How much do I need? Oh, yeah, that's right. That's the one thing I don't have. I cannot... Well,
Come back soon now.
that might be out of my hands. I could sell some stuff. Potentially. But I think that's gonna do it. Yeah, where am I from? This is only the storehouse? I can't do anything else? Yeah. That's a rough sale. Is it weird to say I'm getting... this conversation between Dimitri and Edelgard will determine a lot for me, I think. So... we'll see what happens. If they can actually talk... Would I reevaluate my standings? Well, I may put... I like Dimitri more. And I'm not sure... We'll see with the conversation how it goes, alright? But I approve of Dimitri's actions. Though, again, that might be because of everybody's alive. If they weren't, I don't know how I think. Especially if you consider if I had played the Golden Deer route, I did leave. Well, that's the thing. It's like, with the knowledge that I have, I wouldn't leave them just to die. We'll see. We'll see. Either way, for now, I'll end it here. This has been Blade. Thank you all so much for watching, as always. Unfortunately, next time we're going to do a paralogue, and then after that, we'll go to Enbar. So, that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.